The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clanarchy for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? LB, Lauderdale Boss, aka Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist, Soul Wars creator, ringgangradio.com in the building.
Yes, sir. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up, y'all? What up, world? It's your boy P, King P, Bodega Boys in the building. Let's get it.
Hey, Bodega Boxing, yeah, Ring Gang Radio. What? Shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we all in the house right now. So yeah, you know, it's kind of a little bit of a slow kind of weekend boxing. You know, that's how it is in the dog days of summer. You know, sometimes boxing don't be coming, you know, as frequently as we would all like it to be. You know, so some of you know, but you know, we still obviously we all, you know, eat, sleep, and breathe boxing. You know, so we always come up with different ways, you know, to keep engaged. But luckily, you know, this you know, within the next couple of weekends, we have some cards, you know, finally, you know, that might be worth a watch. Particularly this one that's coming up Saturday, live on ESPN Plus. You know, I still don't understand how ESPN designates this shit. Regular ESPN, ESPN Plus, ESPN pay-per-view. Sometimes I think they just rolled the dice on some CeeLo shit. So, but yeah, I am talking about, you know, Sergey Kovalev making his first defense of the WBO light heavyweight title that he won from Eleider Alvarez, and he will be facing number one contender and mandatory Anthony Yarde. Ooh.
Lions in the camp.
But you know, basically this fight is, depending on how you look at it, it might be one-sided as hell, or it might be an actual 50-50. So let me pass this off to my man LB. LB, man, what are your thoughts on this particular fight?
I think it's a real good fight. It's a great fight, actually. This just shows you once again the light heavyweight division is always moving.
Word.
You know, you always getting the good fights in the light heavyweight division. Ever since last year, you know, the top guys always end up fighting another top guy, or at least somebody who's regarded enough to make it a good fight. So, and I think that's what we got here. And it's, you know, the fact that it's in the summer and, you know, it's all dead and shit, that makes the fight even bigger, you know. Because
right.
Really, this whole summer is gonna be, there's gonna be 3 fights that people gonna remember the summer for. Anthony Joshua and Ruiz, Pacquiao Thurman, and Kovalev Yarde is the last fight for the summer where, you know, that's gonna define the summer fights. So this is that last big fight of the summer where we really interested in what could happen, because, you know, you also got the whole Canelo sweepstakes a part of it as well. Because, you know, they're already looking for that Kovalev and Canelo fight if Kovalev is to win. So, you know, it's a high stakes. Everybody's watching this shit. This is one of those fights where everybody cares about it. Everybody wants to see how good Yarde is, and if Kovalev still got it. I love this fight.
Absolutely. And just to interject just this a little bit, and regarding with LB's point on saying that light heavyweight's always moving, just this week it was just announced that Artur Beterbiev and Alexander Gvozdyk are going to meet in October to unify the WBC and the IBF, as well as, you know, the lineal light heavyweight titles. So like I said, you know, this light heavyweight is one of the top 3 divisions in boxing, you know, because you just never know what the fuck you're getting. And you're basically, the fights that get made, they get made properly. You know what I'm saying? And
no
like
diva shit, no back and forth, no stretched out negotiations, and even getting upsets, because even when you get fights that you don't want to see, you know, like the Pascal and Marcus Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
Even that turns out to be important because, you know, Pascal did the upset and you're like, wow. So it's just, you know, light heavyweight gets it done, man. You know, light heavyweight gets it done.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of a lot of divisions out there, the diva divisions, could take notes of this and see how these champions move and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So,
and they fighting only twice a year, the same amount of time everybody else. You see that, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, so that's why I don't understand.
What's the problem?
I'm saying though, it's like, I mean, this should be able to get these fights done. I mean, if you want to prove that you're the best, fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just like, it's simple that. I'd say it's an old school division. You know, light heavyweight, it's an old school division. You know, and the fighters, you know, thankfully are old school, have old school mentals. So it's not, so we don't get into this bullshit that's been permeating some of the other divisions lately. Middleweight.
Everybody come through, even, you know what I'm saying, 2 fights a year, the same bullshit everybody else on, but people making meaningful fights.
Exactly.
You know, say Brown had Baruljak, Pascal, Kovalev had Alvarez, now he has Yarde. I was like, come on, like, and then you just named the other fight with Peterby.
Even Bivol actually had someone that could probably knock him out, in Joe Smith Jr. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about that. Damn, and the ring game was in the building for that. How the fuck I forget that? That's another top fight, a dangerous opponent. You know, because a lot of people, we mix up good opponents and dangerous opponents, like threats. Joe Smith, he might not be a great opponent, but he's a threat. Whenever someone could knock you the fuck out, it's a threat. So I'm always gonna side with the threat over someone who might outbox you and, you know, might get the scorecards in their favor over a motherfucker who could beat your ass with both hands, knock you out. So it's a great fight, man. Shit, light heavyweights.
Yeah, they get it done. And then regarding my thoughts on Kovalev and Yarde, I mean, of course, if you went onto our Instagram, you know, I posted a little prediction video, or whatever. You know, I opened up with a little 8 bars of fury. You know what I mean? I did as clean as possible, and then afterwards, I dropped my thoughts on how I thought that fight will go. It's a significant step up for Anthony Yarde. There's no question about that. I mean, you know, 18-0 with 17 knockouts. The man has power. The man can punch. You know, but I mean, his opponents, you know, they, you know, questionable, you know, but it's going to be whether or not, but the reason why it makes this a 50-50 fight is Kovalev. You know, Kovalev is, you know, he's getting a little long in the tooth. He's 36. He's lost 3 in his last 6 fights. And he's never been the person who's had the sturdiest chin in the world. He's not chinny. He's far from chinny, but it doesn't take, you know. But he can get unstuck with one punch, you know, and you just don't know when it'll be. So this is what I'm interested in. It's either is youth and power going to overcome this, or is it going to be experience and power? And of course, Kovalev is also very underrated boxing. For all the things that Kovalev gets talked about, good or bad, his boxing skills are typically it's usually not talked about as much. But he can box. He's technically sound. He's very technically
one of the best jabs in the league. I mean in the sport right now. At least top 10 jabs.
Exactly, man. So I mean, this is where it's going. I mean, I know what people are looking for. It's either gonna be Kovalev schools the kid or Yarde knocks him out. Pete, what are your thoughts, bro?
My thoughts is, first of all, this is a hell of a fight. I'm loving it. It's a light heavyweight coming with fire. I'm loving the matchups. We're all getting real good fights out of these. And this is going to be the show and prove for Yarde. I think that Yarde is incredibly skilled. He's got the power. Oh my God! Right? He's got real lights out, one hitter quitter type of power that I've seen. Right. But so he's got very good hand speed, and he's for one thing I like about him from what I've seen from him is even though he's a power guy and he has real power, he's pretty good. He's a pretty precise puncher. Like he picks his shots well and puts precision on his punches. A lot of power guys, like guys with that kind of power, don't have that. He definitely has that. My thing is, of course, Kovalev is Kovalev, and he's just very experienced. We know what he could do, at the top level. We don't know what Yarde can do because, unfortunately, as great as he has looked so far, his competition has been spotty at best.
Career mode.
I'll be nice to say spotty, but it might be one of those where he might just be talented. He might be that talented, and he shows it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to look into it either way. The way I look at it is Kovalev does have the boxing skills, and like LB said, he has a very, very good jab. To me, the way I look at it is it's a 50-50 because Kovalev is still Kovalev, but you got to wonder how much he has left in the tank against a young, strong ox like Yarde.
Right.
And the thing is, here's how I look at it from Yarde's standpoint. I think that, like I said, all the things about Yarde, his strength, his power, his speed, his precise punching, he has that advantage. The thing that I noticed though is the footwork and the legs. I find him to be a bit stiff. So I don't think, and so I think like with a guy like Kovalev, you need to really get off your shots and pivot if you're in long range because he works well in mid to long range. I don't know if Yarde has the footwork to keep it at a long range and get off and pivot. So I think Kovalev has the advantage in long, medium range. But I think Yarde has the advantage if he presses it and keeps it short range, keeps it in his chest. I don't think Kovalev is that good on the inside. I think Yarde has the real advantage if he keeps it to the chest. And if it's like a phone booth, like kind of one of those close, like inside fights, I think if Yarde keeps it on the inside, he can really beat him that way. And he can even really knock him out if he keeps it on the inside. I favor Kovalev on the outside, Yarde on the inside.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Yeah, Kovalev, mid-range Kovalev is a very dangerous Kovalev. You cannot allow the man to get full extension on his shots. He will hurt you, whether it's just a jab or any punch in his repertoire, especially even the jab. I mean, like I said, the man KO'd somebody with a jab to the body. You don't see that in boxing, even from known punchers. The man.
And it's rare to see knockdowns with jabs, like. Imagine a knockout and it's a jab to the body.
And then the jab breaks ribs too. You know what I'm saying? So,
you feel me? Like, I'm trying to just even think about all the fights I can remember where a dude got dropped by a jab. And only two come to mind, and that's Chad Dawson versus Eric Harding, and I think Claudio Cotto. I think Claudio got dropped by a jab, ain't it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So just imagine getting knocked out by the body jab. So yeah, that's Kovalev got heavy artillery, man. Like I know we keep saying 50-50, but I almost feel like it's 55-45. Like I want to get a champ his due respect. I believe.
Agreed.
He's a slight favorite. Just because of the experience, and he just boxed a shutout in his last fight. It's hard to keep saying, we got to see what he got. I mean, he obviously got something, but then I want to say that Alvarez had a different mentality in the rematch, and I feel like Yarde is going to have a whole different mentality than Alvarez done had in both fights. Right. He's a different fighter, but, like P said, still a precise power puncher.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Kovalev is one of the people, like, you cannot, granted, we don't know. That's another thing too. We don't know what Yarde's chin is actually like.
That's true. That was one thing I forgot to mention. I'm not sure what his chin is like because we all know Yarde is very powerful, but Kovalev has power of his own. It's just different power. Like Kovalev's power has more thud on it, where like I think like Yarde has more snap on his punches, more electric, more so.
Yeah, like you see the whole dynamic, you know. It's just like Yarde's punching is more dynamic, like looks more explosive, is real precise. But Kovalev's punch is precise as well, but it's, you know, it's long thudding shots, boom, drop you. Oh, you know, Yarde is up there mid-range countering and putting shots together, and you're like, God damn, okay.
Exactly. So yeah, so basically, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what the fight plans for these two are gonna be for each other. I mean, we may actually see some tentative shit in the first couple of rounds. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, just
I'll be surprised, bruh. If they on some tentative shit, I'll be surprised. Kovalev is fighting in Russia, bruh, and he's fighting a guy that some people may look. Yeah, he's fighting a guy that some people may look at as inexperienced. This could be Lubin Charlo all over again.
That's also
the possibility.
Good point.
I don't know. I honestly doubt if Kovalev is going to try to just coast. He's not the coasting type of fighter, or, you know, and Yarde's going to be pressuring him. My whole biggest thing is this. Is Kovalev gonna fucking go straight back and drop his hands?
Which he does a lot.
Yeah. Does it all the time. And if you step in, you can land those shots. Pascal landed them, or Blake Caballero landed them, with Ward landed them. You know, Pascal Alvarez landed it. You know, so Kovalev could get hit with that shot. Now, the thing is, Yarde's footwork isn't the quickest. And if you don't have a good first step, it's kind of hard to land them overhand rights like that.
Yeah, funny things too, like, I mean, a comparison that I've seen from him, I see regarding Yarde is like comparing it to Jeff Lacey in terms of how he moves. You know, it's, I mean, I don't know if you see it, LB or P.
I don't know.
He comes off more like a bigger black Canelo or some shit. Like, like he throws good punching, good combination punching, good offense, but the footwork kind of.
The footwork is not as strong. Like, to me, I think, I mean, Yarde is really only shown. He just moves like from one direction to me. He just moves forward. Like, I haven't, there's nothing fancy about it. I mean, straight up and down at 6 o'clock. You know what I mean? So, depending if that's all he's gonna need, because Kovalev, as we all know, if he doesn't pace himself, he does gas out. So, I mean.
That's if you kind of pressure him, just like Lara. Like Lara gas out too, but you gotta give him the right type of fight. Same thing with Canelo. If you don't, because Kovalev ain't gas out against Alvarez.
No, I mean
Alvarez didn't fight that type of fight that would get him gas.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just can't say assume a guy is gonna gas out. Somebody has to force that to happen. Same thing with Cotto. When he used to do his little ballerina routines at the end of them fights, it's because somebody was on his ass.
Right.
And if you're not going to be on Kovalev like that, and I don't think you even need to fight Kovalev like that. I feel like you need to just have some type of steady, consistent pressure and stand your ground and somehow force him back, and then you can those big shots open. Because unless he's changing his game plan, Kovalev don't move his head like that. He ain't the slickest guy.
No.
And remember, Yarde a tremendous body puncher.
That's what's going to pay him his dues, the body work.
If he can cut the distance and force Kovalev back with them body shots, yeah.
Oh man, see, I'm just super excited. It's like we might actually see a serious fade go down. Like if it goes to distance, then I'm gonna be thinking like, man, one of these cats must have been sick or something. They must have had some bad fish or some bad potatoes over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it goes to distance, but they're like throwing bombs at each other, then that's okay. because that means they random fades, and that's what it's all about in the end. You know,
I think a knockout's gonna get forced. I don't see this fight going the distance.
Yeah,
this is not like Alvarez Kovalev. This is more closer to Alvarez Kovalev the first fight than anything.
Right.
A guy finally getting his chance, but Alvarez was more experienced, more seasoned. You know, he fought more, better competition up to that fight.
Yeah, and as I said in my prediction video, I mean, I do think Yarde's youth and power will probably overcome, and he'll probably get the stoppage in the second half of the fight. I mean, that's my prediction. What about you, Robbie?
I'm thinking Yarde might do something to him early or mid rounds, because I feel like if Yarde's best shot is shocking him early, right away or mid rounds, I don't think he should let Kovalev get into a groove and really start his boxing game. I feel like he should go at Kovalev and just keep Kovalev moving backwards and take the occasional body shot when he could get it off and just keep pushing him back, and those big punches gonna come. I'd say maybe 5th or 6th round knockout, Yarde. In a good fight, in a fight that might be like Ricardo Torres and Miguel Cotto level, like one of those. Like you might see both guys get dropped. Yarde might eat some jabs.
Kovalev might eat some body shots, something of that nature. It's good. It's just gonna be fades ran all around.
Yarde just overwhelms him, just pushes him back. He lands one of those hooks, and then it just is, it's just over from there. It just starts it.
Yep, Saran status. P, what do you think?
I think it's gonna be Yarde by 6th round knockout. I think that Yarde is going to be, he's not going to be as tentative as Alvarez was in the first fight. I don't think he's going to, I think he's going to make Kovalev, he's really going to make him, worried. And I think that he's going to be in his chest, and I see it being a 6th round knockout as well.
Damn, this nigga just piggyback my prediction. No, hold on.
But we see the same thing, and I was thinking like 6 or 7.
Hold on, damn! About time y'all started seeing shit my way. Like, y'all niggas been getting the damn the Dylan White fight wrong. The Hooker and Ramirez. Like, hold on.
Nigga, that's an asterisk right there. I didn't get that shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was hopped up on goofballs, nigga. I told you.
Hold on, but ain't he got vindicated? Like, ain't they say like he cleared out or some shit with the test? Like,
man, all it says is that nigga pop dirty, man. So that basically, I mean, the fact that there was a pop dirty test, that means that Rivas probably should have won that shit, bruh. I'm still waiting for the other shooters. I'm still waiting for this damn B sample, but that's for another time.
Oh, okay. See, that's all right, but that's what I was waiting for. Okay, I didn't know if that got cleared yet, because that'll determine if I could talk shit or not.
Yeah, can't talk shit yet, and I can't really talk shit yet, but I'm slightly vindicated for the time being. But anyway, I dropped my prediction first on this damn fight. Anyways, Kovalev Yarde. So I'm not fooling anybody. I wrote my rhymes there. I wrote my 8.
Nah, nigga, I had the Bars of Boxing song video out before your prediction. I had Yarde winning first, nigga. Fuck that.
Nigga, you just had bars, nigga. You didn't say he was gonna win that shit, nigga.
Nah, hold on. So you ain't hear the end. Didn't I say and new?
I mean, I thought that was just being creative, nigga. I didn't know.
Nah. And new. I ain't gonna bullshit. I mean, bars. And what does and new mean?
I mean, it could be a lot of different things, nigga. So I'm just play on words, nigga.
Nah. Yeah, y'all gonna see it. While Yarde, and we, Yarde is gonna throw a wrench into the plans of Mr. Golden Boy. So
yeah, and that's even more. I mean, outside of how I think, man, that's what I want to happen because I'm tired of this bullshit.
No more fucking spinoffs. All these loaded ass divisions. Light heavyweight doing good. We don't need a fucking Canelo to just waltz up and say, all right, let me pick and choose who I'm a cherry pick and avoid all these tough niggas that's at 160 and 168.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's even more incentive. That's why I'm throwing support. Like Yarde, Yarde would one of my favorite boxers if he fucks all this shit up.
Yes.
Because it's Canelo needs to stop being a fucking diva and get his ass off his shoulders and actually do something. Put your schedule.
Cause y'all giving this nigga longer chance to do questionable stuff outside of the ring.
Yeah.
When y'all keep prolonging his fights, like first it was September, October, now I'm hearing fucking November. I hope y'all gonna test this nigga months out, or y'all testing him right now. I'm just saying,
right, exactly. Because
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Right, and and I have a feeling too. Even if Kovalev does win this, it depends on what the state is. Like if he wins this, but he comes out of the shit all types of fucked up, it ain't gonna be happening. They're gonna put him on suspension. Depending.
Yeah, if he get a nasty cut and anything can happen. These guys punch fucking hard, bruh.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, I can't see even Kovalev winning unless Kovalev scores like a GOAT level first round knockout or some shit like that.
I could see Kovalev winning. I definitely could see Kovalev winning.
But that's
just off with that 1-2, and he could just land that consistently, looking like a prime Mikkel Kessler.
But
hell yeah, I can see him winning that shit.
But it all depends on how he leaves the ring. Draw. That it all depends how he leaves the ring.
You don't want it to be what's a horrific victory? Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah, like a victory where
you win by the skin of your teeth. You can't fight tomorrow because you killed a nigga, but he broke both your arms.
Right. So, I guess it's time for me to play the role of quote unquote Canelo apologist. Because I'm not a Canelo apologist, but y'all seem like Canelo hate. It almost comes off because here's the thing. Pat, you just said that you want Yarde to throw a wrench in the plans of Canelo.
Damn skipping.
But here's the thing. I guarantee you if Canelo and Kovalev fought, you guys would both favor Kovalev over Canelo. But yet you look at him as pulling diva stuff, but yet you can easily look at it as taking risks. So, challenging yourself at a division that we don't know what Canelo will look like. That's a real test for him. So I don't get why I'm not getting the whole diva shit. This is
hold on. You getting a lot of assumptions though, my friend. Hold on, you assume we would pick Kovalev to beat Canelo?
I feel like Pat would.
Pat probably would, but knowing how Canelo gets these decisions, that's the only true reason he takes these risks. I would still pick Canelo to beat Kovalev.
I just know Pat would pick Kovalev because I would too, because we talked about it before.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, shit, I don't blame him. But it depends how Kovalev looks against Yarde. If Kovalev pitches a shutout, if Kovalev looks like he looked against Alvarez in the rematch, hey, I'm not doubting nobody that picks Kovalev to beat Canelo.
Right, exactly.
If he looks like he did against, in the both Ward fights, the first Pascal fight, if he looks like that, then I can understand if people pick Canelo. Canelo already dealt with niggas that European style with them hard, long jabs.
Right.
Him fighting Kovalev is like a downgrade Golovkin, personally. Skill-wise, the only thing Kovalev is bigger, taller, but he just fought Jacobs, who got a big advantage over him in size. Canelo ain't stupid, man. He's sizing shit up. He's knowing what he's doing. He's doing how Floyd was using Sean Bay Mitchell to, I passed it Sean Bay Mitchell to gauge Zab.
Right. You know, and most likely, like I said, because I mean, it's arguable too that Kovalev is not even. I mean, he's not. I mean, obviously, he's not the top world light heavyweight. I mean, Bozdek it's Bozdek's division. You know, that's his division. And like I said, every light heavyweight champion is fundamentally different from the other one, and all of them would present like real challenges for Canelo. But
all of them have power and size advantages.
But Kovalev is the one that's long in the tooth. That's the reason why I'm thinking that's where he's testing the waters.
It's a calculated move.
Right.
It really is. So that's why I'm saying it's like, you can't tell me Kovalev's a harder fight than Callum Smith.
Mm-hmm. He's
not a harder fight than Andre.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think he's a harder fight than Golovkin right now. So it's a fucking calculated move. It don't look as bad because it's Kovalev, but it's a calculated move because we know Kovalev's older. Shit, he could go up and fight Beterbiev. He could fucking fight and shit, he could even fight Gilbert Ramirez. Fuck it. No, I'm serious. Hey, you'll fight Chavez Jr.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean that's also very true.
Fight a Mexican that stand a chance.
Exactly. So yeah.
You was thinking about Munguia.
Right. I mean, of course. Now we all. Personally, I hope I don't ever see that fight because that fight would just be a slaughter.
Exactly. Like he know what he's doing, man. 160 and 168 got better matchups for Canelo than just singling out Kovalev. Because if that was the case, then Canelo would be looking to fight anybody else and not just Kovalev.
Right. And like I said, every one of those champions at light heavyweight are dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah.
And so it's best that Kovalev loses so Canelo can focus elsewhere in his proper divisions.
Exactly. All these fucking spin-offs.
Nah, like I said, I mean, we have there's just too much shit going on at 175. Now, I mean, if Canelo actually wanted to face, like a Bozdek or Bivol or whatever like that, okay, cool, yeah, you want to test the waters with them. But Kovalev Kovalev obviously is, he's more known than all the other champions for various reasons, and but
he's also the most shop worn, and he just looked good his last fight, but that fight wasn't even supposed to happen if Kovalev did what he was supposed to do in the first one.
Right.
So it's like, come on, like, it's still a tough fight, but it's still a calculated, cherry pick type of. I don't even want to use cherry pick because it is a tough fight, but come on, like, y'all don't see the business decision in this shit. It's still calculated, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Fight Andre, nigga. You've been in the Andre division twice already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how long? Like, stop expecting everybody else to take your tough work, man. You already got the judges on your side. Just make the fights.
Exactly. Oh man, this dude Canelo, man. But fuck Canelo right now. I mean, like I say, he's an outlier right now for the time being. But before we move on to the next card, I also definitely want to mention on this Kovalev Yarde card, before the main event, we are going to have a cruiserweight fight. So this card just maybe because I think this is the only other fight that's going to be televised. It's going to be an opener. We have Lunga Makabu, who last time out had an absolute war, with Dmitry Kudryashov, a bloody one at that. I mean,
yeah.
Makabu is, that dude just can't avoid fight. I mean, he's only one of two fights to have stopped Glenn Johnson. He gave Tony Bellew all the smoke he can handle, even dropped him before losing. Makabu comes to fight. And like I said, I mean, his record is like 25 to 24 knockouts, bro. I mean, that's he's one cat that is ready, to run the fade. And his dance partner for this is a Russian. I have never seen this one before. His name is Alexei Papin. He's 11-0 with 10 knockouts. So naturally, I'm just assuming there's going to be some fades are going to be ran in this card. I mean, we may see some flat-out violence on this card, in the opener. Like blood is going to be spilled in this card. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, if you tune in for Kovalev Yarde, which I believe is noon Eastern time, man, make sure you catch this Makabu fight. I'm guaranteed it's gonna be no joke. Like, I mean, you have two fighters that have that type of power and that type of resolve in their cruiserweights. Blood is going to be spilt.
That's another reason why I don't feel like that Yarde Kovalev fight is gonna be boring or gonna be lackadaisical. No, when them cruiserweights set it off, nah.
Yeah.
You keeping that energy alive, bro. A cruiserweight fight in Russia, a war? Nope.
Yeah, a Russian
to fight horrible after that shit.
Yep, I mean, and of course this is another Russian versus African fight. So I mean, This is I mean, so I mean, you may get the crowd that may feel some sort of way, because of this, African in there. And I mean, if Makawu runs the fade and bloodies him like he did Kudryasov, man, you may see some ignorance pop off. You know what I'm saying? But hey, all the better.
Bless its heart.
I can't wait for that fight, man. Like I said, I mean, ESPN Plus hasn't been really popping like it should have been this year, But this may actually be its best offering on paper
since the Kovalev fight.
Yeah, exactly. Since the Kovalev fight. So we cross our fingers that that fades are ran, and then we'll be on the podcast next time talking about it in just odd tones.
Like, yo, did you see that shit? Yo, nigga, bro, I'm stuck. I'm saying the fight of the year, cuz.
Exactly. Oh man. Oh, Russians.
Like, I want to sound like the way Emmanuel Stewart was sounding during the Tony and Gerard fight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes. Like I said, especially we want to sound like fans, period. Like, absolutely. Oh man, can't wait for that. But then